All right, we're back for another React video. Today we've got a handful of videos to go through, so I'm not going to waste any time. Let's get right into it. Appreciate all the comments and feedback. And as always, if you have a video that you're finding and you want to submit it to us, send it to us on Instagram, send it to us on TikTok. Those are the platforms we're going to most likely see your submissions at. Let's get right into it. Not a curse.
Oh. Down. Good. Hello, mate. Just watch out for this one because he's not friendly. Sorry. Down, Neo. No. Do you mind just grabbing him? Thank you, mate. Oh, Neo. Break. Daisy, break. Neo! Off, Neo, come now. Daisy, down. Down. It's fine. Do you want this lead to use on him? Down. It's fine, it happens. It's fine. Maybe get a better collar on him. Yeah, here, just stick that round his neck.
Are you a dog trainer?
I am, yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
I need to hire you, mate.
Down. Is he alright? Has he been... Okay, just gonna check over my boy. Give me 2 secs. You alright, mate? Yeah, I think he's fine. I don't see anything. I don't think he broke the skin, man.
So, you know, difficult situation. I think the guy that's the trainer, at least I think he's the trainer, did the right thing, puts his dogs into the down, starts walking over to the other people and their dogs, helping them with their dogs to keep them away from his dogs, which are down. But then the collar snaps. And there was like a series of time, like a period of time, where the mixed breed dog didn't actually start anything. It was just kind of very tense. And so what I would have done in that situation is just simply walk over to the dog during the tension period and then wrap the leash around the dog like he did at the end, use it like a slip lead, and then just walk the dog away without all this kind of stuff happening. So, you know, there was a lot of yelling, a lot of high tension that probably made it a little bit more than, you know, like the energy more than it could have been. You could have kept it down a little bit. But otherwise, I think that the guy that had the 3 dogs, that's a trainer, I think he did a good job with the way he managed his dogs and kind of took control of the whole situation. With that being said, if you're the other people and you have the dog whose collar broke and actually started the fight and all of that, then you know, you want to make sure you get off-leash training done, which they did say at the end. They want to work with the guy to make sure their dogs are better trained. But before you let your dog off-leash, make sure you have good verbal control, good training, good e-collar conditioning to make sure that you can communicate to your dog. And if you're at a place, I know there's a lot of areas around the world where you can't have an e-collar. If you're in one of those places, you need to have a long line on hand at all times. And if you get into a situation like this, you need to get your dog back to you, get them back on the long line before they're able to walk up toward other people, other dogs. Looks like we got a kid.
Get your hand out his mouth.
Kid and a Rottweiler on the floor. Can't really hear this. Oh, there it is.
You see how she looking at you? She wondering why you sound like a motorboat. You can't have a toy, baby. If you gonna get it, grab it. He's giving it to you. He's literally giving it to you. Grab it. You don't like his nasty motorboat, huh?
So I get the gist of this video right here. So there is a Rottweiler and a baby on the floor. The Rottweiler has a ball, and the baby is trying to get to the ball. And the parents, the owners, are just... Yeah, lots of signals from the Rottweiler that it's in conflict. So I don't know why the the adult that's videoing this is allowing this to continue to happen. Yeah, this is, I don't understand why people think this is a good idea, or they allow these things to keep happening. It's just sickening. So, because if this Rottweiler bit this kid, you know, if it decided to do that, which this will escalate over time, that's going to be serious injury to the kid, potentially death, right? So that's obviously not good to go. That's a problem, and that's the person who's recording this' fault. So, yep, so the kid grabs the ball, Rottweiler snatches it back. So what we got is the kid and the Rottweiler on the ground. The kid wants the ball the Rottweiler has. The Rottweiler, if we look at it laying there, it does have its hips kicked out to the side, which is generally a sign of relaxation when the dog's in a downstay, but this dog is not in a downstay. It's hanging out in the house. One thing we do notice, the ears are pulled back for the most part in the video from what I can see. But the Rottweiler's just kind of chewing on the ball, hanging out with the ball. The kid's there. The kid wants the ball, and every time the kid goes for the ball, the Rottweiler is growling, snarling, showing his teeth, all these kind of things. So we're seeing an escalation there. And the Rottweiler, I've watched the whole clip already, but I don't remember exactly the eye position. There was a couple times when it zoomed in on its face that the eyes are looking at the person recording. They're looking to the side, right? The ears are pulled back, so we're seeing a lot of conflict in the Rottweiler's demeanor. And then we're seeing the lip licking, which is another sign of conflict in this situation, right? So we're basically setting up the kid and the Rottweiler for future failure, because the kid is going to keep doing this, right? And it's learning to take things away from the dog. And the dog's learning to snarl and snap, or not snap in this situation yet, but it's showing all the warning signs. Snarling, growling, licking the lips, looking away. Right here, it's looking right at the kid, kind of to the side. Sure signals of conflict, and yet the parent and the person videoing is encouraging, just grab the ball, just grab the ball, just grab the ball. So what we're doing is we're creating resource issues with the Rottweiler. We're going to escalate this reaction until it becomes a serious problem, to where the Rottweiler actually bites the kid. And even if the Rottweiler won't bite an adult human, a child is looked at differently in the dog's mind, right? So the dog sees the child as more of a sibling, similar figure, versus an adult, which is definitely a little bit different. But, this could bleed over to reacting at adults, right? So resource guarding issues, biting people issues, biting kids issues, a bunch of issues, right? Let me just read in the comments real quick what the comments are saying about this. Get the damn baby. You're an absolute horrible parent. That child should be taken away. And the author even liked that comment. Roddy's growling there, playing actual. This Roddy is not playing, if you know Roddy body language. That's not playing. He's guarding his ball. Well, eye is an indicator of distress. He is watching you. The only reason that baby isn't bit is because you are present. This is not a joke. This is not a Roddy rumble. This is a growl. What is wrong with your head? Seriously, 2 seconds. That kid's arm is gone. What the F? It's funny, and the author's liking these, which means they're just sick in the head. Was the growl not enough of a warning? Whale eye, tongue licking. Yeah, so it's everybody in the comments is on the same page here. And the author is liking it, which is just sickening. All around no, yeah. So ideally in this situation, if you have a kid and you have a dog, right, and the dog shows some of the signs that this dog's showing, you send the dog away from the kid. So if the kid's going for the ball, you can ask the dog to let go of the ball. Then you send the dog over to its place. Then you send the dog to its crate. Then you send the dog somewhere else. You teach the dog to give space to the kid. You teach the dog to move away from the kid. You teach the dog that it doesn't get to, resource guard things over the kid. It doesn't get to make actions toward the kid, because at the end of the video, the kid does grab the ball, but the dog grabs it right back, so the dog got reinforced. So all the behaviors that are occurring are just going to escalate over time. So I think I've said enough on this one. I think you guys are in agreement here. Let me know if you disagree, but this is a major problem.
Because I think there's
shoot. Okay.
Oh my God. I'm gonna give some space because
whoa, so this situation, The person recording, they say that they're going to give some space. So I guess this is a dog sport. This is the sport where they ride with the dogs on their bikes, right? So we got a person up ahead of this person. They got their dogs. This person's dogs are ready to go. They're on the 2-dog tether, and the second dog just pulled into the tether really hard and just snapped the tether. So that will happen with your equipment. Trust me, I've been in this situation. You didn't think it would happen. All of a sudden, the leash snaps. All of a sudden, the clip snaps, right? Just because whenever a dog goes from 0 to 60 and they put all that force, a lot of times, especially if you've had older equipment, the wear and tear of it, it will just snap it, right? Which is why one of the things we do at Canine Revolution Dog Training is we're always cycling out our equipment. If it's older, it usually gets trashed. We get a new piece of equipment to avoid equipment failure like this. But this person had an excellent recall. So it snapped the line. The dog's ready to go. They said come. The dog immediately turns around, comes back. Hopefully they got a spare tether in their bag that they can just throw on the dog real quick and keep going. But this right here is exactly why training at a high level is very important. And I don't really see what all is on these dogs. Obviously they have the pulling harnesses. But this is the beauty. I don't know if they've done e-collar work before or not, but if you do e-collar work routinely, it gets to the point to where you don't really have to use it, but you always have it there just in case you need it. So that's a great part of doing proper e-collar work. But obviously this person has been doing great training and a good job, but this is a good example of equipment will fail even when you expect it not to. Father and his young daughter arrived home. Coyote on the hunt spots the small child. Sneaks up on it. That's crazy. What the heck? The father hears his daughter. Throws a bottle. Someone's screaming. It must be the mother. You got to get that kid a rabies shot for sure. I was chuckling there for a second because someone said in the comments that the dad has the fatherly instincts of a brick. I don't know why they said that. Let me watch this again because I didn't see his initial reaction time. But it is crazy to think that this happened in someone's neighborhood. So the dad's on the left side of the car. He's getting stuff out of the car. He's already taken the kid out of the car, and the kid's walking toward the front door, and the coyote grabs the kid and grabbing the kid, dragging, and then the dad's apparently sees and he starts running over there. So in my mind, he was as soon as he realized what was going on, he's over there, right? And he's yelling, he's picking up his kid. So I don't know why these people are hating on him. Well, what are you going to do in that situation, I mean, this is crazy for a coyote to try and grab a kid. It means there's definitely rabies involved, or it's so hungry that it will target a small human. But in any case, this is something you got to think about with kids, and it doesn't have to be a coyote. It could be an off-leash dog in your neighborhood that is chasing your kid and trying to grab your kid. You've all seen videos of that happening. So what are you going to do, right? First of all, I don't think he did anything wrong by letting his kid out of the car and continuing to get stuff out of the car. I think most parents will do that because in the video, the kid's walking to the front door. That's what it seems like. That's a normal thing for parents to do, right? And then as soon as the coyote's grabbing the kid, I mean, you don't expect this to happen. As soon as he realizes that he's running over there, he's like, what the hell? So that is crazy. That's freaking crazy. You definitely gonna have to have a rabies shot, and rabies is something that you don't want to play around with because it can affect us humans very quickly and kill us. So if there's any risk of rabies at all, you definitely want to go ahead and be safe and get that shot. All right, next up, looks like we got a dog kennel. Before enrichment, after enrichment. All right, so it's just, I think this video is showing, oh, this is a shelter. Okay, this is a shelter. I think the video is showing the difference between dogs before they get their mental physical exercise and after they get their mental physical exercise. But this is speaking of enrichment. So right here, the dogs are barking, energetic, after enrichment, it's quiet. So it seems like, yeah, so they gave the dog some bones, they gave him some chew toys, they gave him some stuff to entertain themselves with, chewing on things, yeah. So the blankets, yeah, chew things. Probably little things you can like stuff some treats into or something, and the dogs can find that. So that's the enrichment they're talking about, cognitive enrichment, which is it is a factor. But more importantly, physical mental exercise, which is extremely difficult in a shelter situation, because you have a shelter. I don't know what the capacity of the normal shelter is, but let's just say it's 40 dogs or 50 dogs or more. I've seen shelters with more than that. They got all these dogs crammed in there, and they just don't have the staffing necessary to provide the daily mental, physical exercise that the dogs need in order to fulfill those instinctive in order to fulfill those instincts that the dog has, right? So ideally, if you're running a shelter with all those dogs, you have a ratio of staff to where throughout the day, rotations of your staff are walking the dogs, training with the dogs, basic training stuff, just things to get the mind going. When you're walking, you're focused on, walking in a proper position in relation to you. That way we're getting some of that mental exercise at the same time we're getting the physical exercise. So all these things kind of intertwine, and if you can be efficient with this, you can have multiple rotations of shifts or staff or volunteers at a shelter that help accomplish this with all of the dogs. So something to think about if you work at a shelter, but this is definitely a good option as well, providing some enrichment to the dogs so they can satisfy themselves or, cognitively be challenged when they're sitting in their kennel run. Something to think about for sure. Dog don't need eyes for fetching. So this dog's got no eyes. Dude boops it on the nose to signal to go look for the ball. And you can tell this dog's happy. It's got its tail wagging. Its whole body is showing you that it's happy. It's ready to go find this ball. Just a good example of how dogs really don't need their eyes, right? They got that nose that can help them they can still use it to navigate around. They can still have a great life. This dog's walking around. It's sniffing for the ball. Let's see if we can get some body language here whenever he knows.
You're way off.
Slows down. He knows there's obstacles here. Yeah, so the dog probably knows the backyard. He's probably ran into a couple things. That's how you learn, though, when you're in this dog situation. Hitting the gas. He's got the scent. Let's see. Oh, he's got it. He's right on top of it. See how he's turning his body? He's sniffing hard. Oh, this is fun to watch right here. He's sniffing. Oh, he got it. So that dog's having a good time, right? Having a good life. So that's just a good example of how a dog doesn't need eyes. They can have a great life and use its nose to navigate, find things. And this is a great way to get some of that cognitive development, some mental exercise that we just talked about in the last video when we were talking about cognitive enrichment. Finding things, right? Finding things, hiding things, letting your dog use their nose to change up how they can find things with their senses, because dogs will get lazy and they'll use their eyes if they can. And we've done a bunch of videos on this you can find on our channel. But, forcing the dog to use a sense that it's not always used to using, and that can really accelerate the mental exercise and the cognitive development of the dog. So anyway, something to think about. Super cool to watch that, right? That's a super fun video. Well, we've been through a lot today. We've had some, obviously resource guarding is one of the things that keeps coming up in these videos for some reason with these people that love recording themselves challenging a dog. And today, unfortunately, we saw the kid challenging the dog. So with that being said, I'm just going to refer you guys over to our video on resource guarding. We'll put it on the screen right here. You can watch it. We step through how to resolve resource guarding, how to avoid resource guarding. So check out that video right here, and I'll see you in the video.